The next bit of news for this week is that Joel Embiid might have a torn meniscus, maybe. I mean, it said that he was torn, but then they said, wait, it's not torn. They're trying to figure out what avenues to really go down. Obviously, he had been trying to play through an injury in that game versus the Warriors, and then they had a freak accident where Jonathan Kuminga fell on his leg.
I thought it was Kevin Looney.
It was Kuminga.
Oh, it's Kuminga?
Yeah,
okay,
fell on his leg, and now he's out for an indefinite amount of time as they try to figure it out. And I've watched a few different videos of like, there are a couple different YouTube channels of doctors that follow sports medicines particularly, and they were talking about the different routes and different avenues. One of the routes, if it is a torn meniscus, is to completely remove the meniscus. That's what Dwayne Wade did before his NBA career started. Dwayne Wade also said, I wish I've never done that in my life. The other option is to not remove the meniscus at all and just let it repair itself. And they're not sure exactly what Zion is and what Joel Embiid is going to do. But it changes a lot for the 76ers. It changes a lot for the landscape of the trade deadline. And ultimately, I just feel bad for Joel, who had been playing such a dominant level, to have this injury. So how are y'all feeling?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I had said on the last podcast, I hope this knee injury doesn't become something that could be like serious in the future. And then unfortunately, he goes out and he tries to play on it.
But I think it's the other knee.
It's the other knee
I think the left knee, or the right knee is the one that had been keeping him out of the games.
Yeah.
And then the left knee is what Jonathan Kuminga fell on. And that's the one they're looking at right now.
And that was
just freak accident. Yeah, that was just bad luck. It's the first thing I kind of like thought about when I seen it is just like, how long does he need, right? And I think I've seen a lot of people. Was it even you that was like, I did my own research to see how long it could be. Usually it could be 3 to 4 weeks, and that's kind of like the minimum of what it's looking like. And it was just like, if he can't come back this season, it shouldn't be no rush.
Yeah,
it really shouldn't be no rush at all. The team has been, they just picked up a win the other day, and obviously the schedule's going to be like, it's going to be tough to win without him. But this team has shown that they can pull some stuff together, and I hate to say it, even you might have to be one of them lower seeds. If it comes down to it, you might have to take one of the top guys. But like, as long as this team is healthy and Joel Embiid, like, he comes back, give him all his time, like, I still like this team chances, at least for this season.
Luckily for them, though, they do have some breathing room. Like, they've established themselves so far up in the standings that, like, I think they got to afford a little bit of a dip. Now, obviously, you don't want to have to go into the first round and have to play the Bucks or the Celtics. I don't think they're going to fall that far. I think they're a good enough team and well enough coached by Nick Nurse to where they're going to at least stay afloat.
Stay around 6, play the Knicks or something.
Yeah, they even
Knicks or the Cavs.
Yeah, they're going to stay around that range. Because even without your MVP caliber player, it just becomes so much harder for everybody. At first, Tyrese Maxey dropped 51 against the Jazz. You can't expect him to drop 50 every night, and they barely got through that.
What if he started doing?
Yeah, they went. They barely got through that game. It came down to the last shot. Like, it's going to be tough coming up, unfortunately.
The closest team to them is like the Pacers and the Heat, Magic. They're like 3-4 games away. So even say it takes like a week for them to catch up, and you're still around.
It's 3 games.
It's 3 to 4 games for those.
They're not separated, Derek. I thought they were.
There's 3 to 4. Philly's at 30, and Pacers have like 27 wins.
Yeah,
Miami's at 26.
Oh.
They're starting to heat back up.
They're
not enough.
They're 4-9 this season without Joel Embiid.
It's not enough.
Oh yeah,
and I feel
a 3-game gap. Yeah, that's not enough.
Not enough.
I want to say they've been doing better.
Pace.
I want to say they're doing better because when they first started off, I feel like they couldn't win without Joel Embiid.
Yeah, so they lost his first stint of being out. They lost 4 straight games, and then they had 2 back-to-back wins against Houston and Orlando, and then they had 3 straight losses between the Bulls, Utah, and Atlanta. 1-1 against Sacramento, and then they just got their last win against Utah the other night. So a lot of ups and downs. Some of these losses are bad, like the one before this one, they lost by 26 points to the Portland Trail Blazers. But also there was no Tyrese Maxey in that one either. So
they listen. It's gonna get scary
that
because
schedule getting up.
So today they play the Nets.
Winnable.
So the next few is like the Jazz and the Nets winnable. Then they play the Mavericks. It really depends on the health of the Mavericks. Then they go Warriors, Hawks, and then you go Wizards, right? And right before All-Star break, you're gonna go Cavs, Heat. You come back from All-Star break, Knicks, Cavs, Bucks, Celtics.
Oh my God,
tough.
So those are games where you like.
Those are all those games he was watching Joel Embiid. He was killing the Wizards, the Pistons. It was like, now we need you, brother. Now we need you, big homie.
Well, he gave the Spurs 70. So
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna come out and say, I don't hope because the season he's been having, one of our top players in our league. I'm not expecting Joel Embiid to play this year.
Neither
Personally, I'm not. Just being a smart man. Just being a smart man.
Even like playoff time?
No.
Or you just talking about regular season?
But I would say even if he does play, we're probably not getting the most dominant player in the NBA.
Which is why I wouldn't. Like, you got to imagine what's been besides injuries. What's been a big thing about Joel Embiid?
And
You almost said it.
consistency.
No.
Or like effort. Or
In
like-
shape.
Oh, in shape.
So
yeah.
now if he goes out, he gets injured, and he got to sit back and got to
he's
heal.
gonna come back.
It's
out
like
of shape.
it's like a 3-week span where you cannot put weight on that knee at all.
Yeah.
So now we're just gonna throw him in the playoffs. This is a
Yeah.
dude we always talk about in shape. We gonna throw him in the playoffs, and he just got to kill. I'd rather just not eat. That's my investment. I wouldn't even do that to my MVP.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do it. He might try. He might want to. We're not even doing that. Especially if we dip. If we dip and we playing in the play-in, or hell no, just sit it out, big fella. We got $60 million in cap
Do
the
you think
offseason.
he's gonna do that? Is he gonna be willing to do that?
I don't think so. I think that he.
Because
mean-
he also was trying to play through the injuries.
Yeah.
I feel like that was also because he heard the buzz. And the
He
noise.
understands the narrative around him, and he's trying his hardest to right that wrong.
Yeah,
But
I like
I-
LeBron's tweet about it.
I hope he has like the people around him that's like, bro, none of that really matters right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
You know, just get healthy. Yeah, you might have another year where everybody's talking about how your MVP case doesn't exist because you don't do anything past April, but like the number one priority for you right now is to get healthy.
Yes.
Because you're not riding the ship on a bum knee.
Yeah.
Only thing that could really happen is that it probably is going to get worse, the narrative around it.
That's what I would tell him.
So get healthy.
If you want to change the narrative, changing the narrative. Joel Embiid is not going to impress me or change anything in my mind by playing on a bum knee.
Yeah.
I'll just let him know that right now.
Not at all.
I'm very critical of Joel Embiid when it comes to the playoffs. Phenomenal player. I want to see him win. I'm trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Ben Simmons, I was their number one fan, wishing they win a championship. It hasn't changed. I'm still root for him, but it's the facts. He's not going to change nothing that I have to think about, just the playoffs, because I'm not like most people. I don't think Joel Embiid is not a top player because of the playoffs, but I'm just going off the narrative that we look at as far as, you know, in the same thing. It's not even that I have a narrative. I have the same mind as him. He wants to win too. So I just want him to win as well. But he's not going to change my mind. He's not going to help himself by trying to play through that injury. This is a meniscus. This is a meniscus.
And he's a big dude.
Big as hell.
Yeah. So like,
Already have had multiple knee injuries
yeah,
before.
you want to just be
That's
at 100%.
that's backwards. That's where we from, Chicago. We call that backwards ass thinking. You're trying to change the narrative that you're injury prone and don't do nothing in April by playing on an injured knee in April. That is going to have your ass out next April if you try to play on